Hey! 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 Sorry. Okay. I don't think it's recording from my microphone. Hi YouTube. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I think it's been over 2 years. Lots happened. I look a little different. Very much the same. Hi. If you've never seen me before, because no one watched my videos in the first place, my name is Pluto. Pluto. I'm not gonna go over that. I went over that before. I'm not gonna go over that. Pluto is the name. Picking my brain is the game. It is the game. It's the game I play every day on my own, whether I like it or not. And it's the thing you're gonna do with me today. You're gonna do it with me today because I feel like it. I feel like doing something creative. I feel like expressing myself. I feel like doing it. I feel like doing it. Now, brief intermission. I wasn't quite ready to film, but hi, welcome to the game. Welcome to the sane. Welcome to my lane where I drive, and it feels like I'm on this road alone. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Give me 3 seconds. I'm gonna grab a kombucha. Kind of hungry too, honestly. Kirkland Signature. Not sponsored. Wouldn't care if I was or not. I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want. Sue me. Actually, please don't. I don't have the money. I'm a worker. Hi. So today we're going to talk about the things that are going on in the world. Those things being the protests in LA, the Trump administration, the protests in my city, Denver, and how they interconnect. I do think I'm going to turn on this light though. Hold up. Kabam! Little mood lighting. Set the mood. Okay. So, hi. Let's get you just a hair closer here because we're on a table. It's kind of tilted weird. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Let's move that camera down just a hair. Oh. Yeah. So, hi. So when I first started this channel, we'll get to those topics, I promise you. When I first started this channel, young, naive, and hopeful was me. That was the game I was playing. And what would I call myself now? The same, young, naive, and hopeful. In a different spot in the world, but the same. Now, let's talk about California. I don't know that much about it. I've really tried to get off these fucking rectangles a lot. I've been writing, I've been reading, whatever. I did get the Switch too. It's a humble brag, or just a normal brag, I guess, at this point. So, what's going on in California, I think, is interesting. What's going on protesting across the country, I think, is also interesting. But I don't think it's a revolution. And I think these people are so attached, this is my perspective, attached to the idea of America continuing to exist as it is, or as it was, like as it was ever a good thing. I think some people are so attached to that idea that me saying things like, I don't think that's a revolution, I don't think, like, they don't make sense to them. And it's okay. That's okay. I wish people would be more curious about what I mean, but it's okay. I think it's a fair, what I have to say is fair. I think what they have to say is fair, but I think that America's a failed experiment. And I'll give you a few reasons. I think we were failed the moment the first ship with slaves landed on the shore. And let's be honest, the ships with my gosh, I've been picking up the stutter that's just getting on my nerves. It's really getting on my nerves, and I think that's probably making it worse. The America failed. The experiment of America failed when the first ship with slaves landed on our shores, and the first ship with slaves landed on our shores before America began. So if you want to know how I feel about America continuing to exist, I mean, fuck it. Come after me, Trump. I don't care. Here's what I do care about. And I want to make this very, very clear. People, workers, people who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into building the system that we have today. Those people, though misguided, are powerful. Just like we, the people right now, are powerful. And I think we forget our own power. Or underestimate our own power. And I think that that's where we're sitting today. We would rather protest than do the actual work of a revolution, which is, taking over the means of production. Not only that, talking and organizing and reading history, especially talking about, reading history that has to go not against narratives, but that makes you think. That makes you think about ways in which the world could possibly be. We're not doing that. Or what new structures look like. We're not doing that. We have tended, and I tend to think, well, these structures are so big, they're so large, they're so massive and indestructible, robust, that you hear it? I heard it. You heard? I heard it. I heard the stutter. That we feel outmanned, outgunned, outnumbered, outfun. So let's start. Let's start with the critiques of it. Outmanned, yeah. Class consciousness is slowly, very, very slowly building. I mean, Marx was right, but he was wrong in a lot of ways. He was right about his critiques. He was wrong about Lord knows how many other things. I mean, he was wrong about the robustness of capitalism. And if you are sitting here and you're watching my video and you're asking, what's capitalism? Like, that you're not understanding what I'm saying right now, it's a you problem. I mean, you need to do the work. You need to do the work of consciousness, which is thinking for yourself. And I'm happy to talk to people who I disagree with, who've thought for themselves, who not only have thought for themselves, but can sit down and answer the question of, what do you believe and why? Okay? Now, I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to talk to you if you're happy and open to being truthful, vulnerable, and not lying, and speaking from your heart. I am a white guy from middle of fucking nowhere, but I'll tell you this much, as Pluto, because I don't want to reveal my own identity. I'll tell you this much: my family, they weren't. Well, depends on which side. On my dad's side, they were peasants, definitely peasants, coming from out of England. If you look back at my ancestors, on my mother's side, their dad, my grandpa has a little more wealth, but that wealth wasn't built or taken generationally past my grandpa. I think my great-grandpa is the oldest, and it's because he was one of the first settlers in wherever, Minnesota or Michigan or whatever, and he started a bank. Maybe Frank. I mean, my grandpa has stories of him growing up on a farm, so it's like, it's not like this is and did he take advantage of white privilege? Yeah, he did. And how do I fix that? By destroying the systems that perpetuate white privilege and actively fighting against that. So, like, if you're gonna kind of at me in the comments about, fuck off. Like, this is a ridiculous conversation, and I would rather be talking about the revolution. I mean, I'm sick of sitting here and acting like all these white people are the fucking enemy. And they are a lot of the times because they're brainwashed. Just like you're brainwashed into your goddamn liberal shit. Like, think about it for a fucking second and think that this dichotomy that we've been fed our whole lives about conservative versus liberal, and think about whether that's even real and valid and valuable to uphold. I mean, there's traditional and non-traditional, but is that a dichotomy? Because everyone either follows tradition or they don't, but either in that sense, it's like, how do you follow tradition? I mean, everything is just words and language, and if we're going to use our words and language, we're going to use it for a purpose, make the world a better place. Like, sick of it. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the postmodern thought on the left. I'm sick of this hard-line, dogmatic tradition on the right. I want to create a new tradition that follows from the real tradition of our people. I'm not saying white people, I'm saying our people. Our people, our ancestors spiritually, our ancestors, physically, our ancestors, period. I mean, my ancestors were English and Scottish pig farmers, pig peasants. Like, on my dad's side. On my mom's side, they're fucking farmers from Luxembourg or from Germany, from France. These people were not people, in a lot of ways, they came to America after these systems, and for me at least, these systems of white supremacy were already set up. Were they too uneducated to recognize what was going on? Or maybe educated enough to recognize that it benefited them as white people? Yeah, I mean, in that sense, they deserve to be critiqued. But I carry on the legacy of the peasant period. Because what am I now if I'm not a peasant? I work 2 jobs. I barely pay my rent. I've got credit card debt out the fucking wazoo. What am I now if I'm not a peasant? A consumer? You're telling me my life is about being a consumer? I want to be free. I want to be free. And I'd love to talk to people about freedom. Okay? I want to be free. I want to talk to people about freedom. I want to talk to people about autonomy. I don't want to get caught up in labels. I want to get caught up in how the fuck can we do this shit. Okay? It's not me alone. It's not you alone. We're in this together. We can take care of each other. How? Okay? We have these great tools. We have these great tools that we're getting caught up in this. We're getting caught up in this. You want me to be honest? We're getting caught up in this. We're getting caught up in this. Now, is this fun to you? Watching me scroll? Is this fun to you? Watching me scroll? No. You're standing here right in front of me. You're standing here, not standing, you might be sitting or laying in bed, like we all are, watching our goddamn content, and I'm critiquing this content you're watching, and it's ironic. I'm just sick of it all. Let me go garden. Let me go be a horticulturist. And you would say, capitalists would say, well, you can study whatever you want, do whatever you want with your life, and it's just you're choosing your own anger, and God, I'm just exhausted, mentally exhausted, drove crazy by a paranoia that's based around an understanding of a system that I am bonded to, whether I like it or not. That we're all bonded to, whether we like it or not, until we die. And then we pass the torch on, that same fucking system, onto the next generation. We kick the bucket down the road, and I'm sick of it. I want to stop the bucket. I want to pick it up. I want to look at the people who've been fucking kicking it, and I want to throw it at them and say, fuck you. Why'd you give me this bucket? Why do I have to kick it further? Oh. And we've been doing it so long that you know what the term for fucking everything up is and dying in a suicidal world is? Kicking the bucket. Oh my God. It's a really good idea. I need to write that down, actually. But, like, I don't know. Maybe this is a plea out of desperation of me and my craziness. Okay? And you know, maybe in this video I'll edit in some video of me when I'm just existing in the world and nature, and I'm taking videos of trees blowing in the wind. You know, and that's what inspires me. And I take a video of, or I've been thinking about, you know, I wrote a short story about a Ouija board talking for itself in a graveyard, you know, to kids. And it's a play on this whole idea of like kids breaking into a graveyard. And I'll post this, you know, if you want it, let me know where you want it. And I'll probably post this on TikTok because people aren't fucking watching YouTube anymore. I'm not watching YouTube anymore. Barely ever am I watching YouTube, but when I do, I get annoyed. Not only because the videos are so long, and this video is pretty long, but like, you know, maybe you know. Who knows what I know? Who knows what you know? Who knows what we know? But I think as a collective, we could do it better. Okay? We've been lied to. We've been lied to. We've been lied to that we don't choose this. We've been lied to we don't procreate this. We've been lied to it that it's not our fault. And we need to grieve. We need to love. We need to come together. And this isn't we need to protest and burn shit down. We need, when I say I want a revolution, I want a re-evolution of the human species. We got to rethink this whole thing that we call society. That I didn't choose, that you didn't choose, that your mom didn't choose, that your dad didn't choose, that their dads didn't choose. That's all just communication and work distribution. We didn't choose it. But we live in it, we exist in it, we continue to perpetuate it, and we act as if it's no big deal, and I'm done. Cool. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I've been sitting here chewing your ear off for 20 minutes, and hopefully you watched it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. Who fucking cares? I don't. I keep posting. Keep posting on TikTok. Keep posting on YouTube like it fucking matters, and it doesn't. I guess while we have the time, and I have a little bit of time, I have all the time in the world right now. I need to write more. I'm gonna read some poetry that I've read. Such a cunt. Like I'm such a fucking pretentious prick that I'm gonna read poetry that I wrote. But you know what? Fuck. I like my poetry and I think it's good. What do men feel when they close their eyes? Dreams of peace and freedom, or memories of people dying? Carrying the weight of the dead on their strong shoulders without asking for help, without knowing themselves, without addressing the spell. Are systemic globe holders who can't seem to think any other way, who think that debts are only meant to be paid. I stare at the mirror, my mind is frayed. Is this the role I'm supposed to play? I'm playing a role on a cosmic stage, a soul in the eye of the storm, with no one watching me but me, wondering what I'm supposed to see, wondering what I'm supposed to be. Maybe a true man is one who can see, one who can feel, one who can heal, one who knows how to make a meal. A true soldier is without a gun, a true man is one who loves his sons. A true leader stands on the front lines with no weapons and his arms open wide. unafraid of others' perception, unafraid to make concessions, unafraid to make peace a profession. It's Pluto. One more, all right? We'll do a couple more, I think. I love my poetry. I am going to pause this and well, it's 20 minutes, whatever. I don't give a fuck. How much memory is a 20-minute video going to take up? No, who cares? I'll delete it after I post it. What will you... This is another poem. What will you do when the power goes out? Are you going to get to work, or are you going to pout? Install new systems or repair the old? Who said that we could be so good? What will you do when the power returns? With guns, money, and a charged phone? Things that just make the world burn. We thought it was just in the past. We thought it was built to last. But its violent side shows when things are worst. The power can be turned on with a new twist. What will you do to carry the torch? The original power made from the earth. Will you cower in fear or take a deep breath? Take a new step into new thought, not afraid of the costs. The fire's still burning, we can't put it out, especially not when we're in a drought. Will you step in rhythm or step out of line? How many corpses will we have to bury this time? What will you do to shut the power down when those systems keep us running and give us hand-me-downs? What will you do... And give us hand-me-downs. When the power is the only thing you've known, sometimes you don't recognize how you've let power grow. Instead of you in control, it controls you and you don't even know. Maybe when the power goes out, we'll have a chance for a good night's sleep, and for a place to plant, for the dreams of dead to finally take root, and the soil we put them in finally turns into soot. Fertilized by their bloods, their graves ask, why do you keep holding on to the past? To think different, you have to think new, and that's the torch we give you. Learn from our mistakes or repeat them. Just don't let the power tell you your dreams, but look to us to be seen. It's Pluto. God, that one's fucking good. I think it could use a little work, but that one's pretty fucking good. And I mean, I'm open to, what's the word? Critique in the comments if anyone fucking writes this. Alright, another poem. I have a list, I've written a bunch. How does love function today? A wink and a smile? There no need to be afraid, because it'll be around for a while. Is the soil ripe to grow this sprout? Or is the planet's soil made of doubt? Ripe with hate, ripe with... There's a whole lot of shit on my plate. I'd rather be crying, I'd rather be fishing, I'd rather be doing something less inefficient than spending my time, spending my life, doing anything rather than living it. Because if there's something I'd rather be doing, I'd damn well be doing it. Do we see love every day? Do we focus on our breath, our death? Or just the things we choose to forget? We choose to ignore the thoughts that we bottle indoors, an umbrella of ignorance from this conscious downpour. Because when push comes to shove, love is all around us. You just have to accept it. Alright, let's do a couple more, y'all. I like my poetry. I think it's good. I don't give a fuck, okay? And I'll hear your critiques in the comments. And if they're saying, well, if they're about structure and stanza and like how it could sound better or feel better, I'm okay with that. But like if it's fuck you and your poetry, it's called feedback. That doesn't sound like feedback. It sounds like a hater. I don't give a fuck about haters. One more. Maybe a couple more. We're gonna get up to my favorite one and then I'll stop. A poem. Life in a spiral timeline. Paying fines for crimes still allows for fine wine, while selling 5 dimes to avoid food lines could end up giving you a lifetime behind iron lines. Caged in a box where you can't escape, whether external or internal, it's all in the brain. It's Pluto. That one's pretty good. Short, sweet, and to the point. Short, sweet, and to the point. A lot of writing before I did another poem. Oh, here we go. This is a pretty good one. A poem. Watching the time fly, like I watch my breath. Nothing but the present moment can erase death. Watching the time fly, observing my life, in a spot of infinite now until I rest. Watching the time fly while I sit on the ground, like watching a plant grow, it seems still, but it moves slow. Watching the time fly, so don't even blink, because a sapling becomes a tree sooner than you think. Watching the time fly, like I watch the stars, living at the center of a universal stopwatch. Watching the time fly, like I watch my back, paranoid because it could soon attack. Watching the time fly from my lily pad, if I'm not conscious I could miss my next meal. Watching the time fly. Oh, that bar, that one spot of it where it says if I'm like a frog watching the time fly. It's so good. Okay, sorry. Watching the time fly, before I even know it, I won't be able to. I'll be 6 feet deep onto the next. Watching the time fly, trying to escape this planetary dream where nothing's as it seems. And once we're finally gone, maybe the birds would sing the most marvelous song. Watching the time fly. A present moment doesn't forget. Memento mori is more than just me. Watching the time fly. It's Pluto. That was pretty good. I like that one. Here's a little short one that I decided to write. I didn't even label or nothing. How do we rebuild a culture we destroyed? Separated ourselves from all the noise, commodified it, gave ourselves poise, but lost everything it took to build it. Do we pick up the pieces and try to rebuild, or look for new pieces, new myths, new reasons for collaboration? How do we create a culture from nothing when we're all so separated by the culture we live in? How do we get back to square one when we aren't building the squares? It's Pluto. This is my favorite one. This is one of my favorites I've ever fucking written. It doesn't rhyme. It's not like perfect poetry, but it's meaningful to me. And if you've watched this, that's 30 minutes of your time you've spent looking at another person, another human being, spill their beans. spill their fucking beans. Spill their heart and soul out into a screen. Slam poetry for you. Okay, I'm waning poetic. I could do this all day. I did it earlier. I had this really great idea. Damn, I'll have to watch this back because I had an idea in here that I didn't even write down. I should have wrote it down. Whatever. All right, another thought for today. I wonder what the sky sees of the earth, with inhabitants making it harder to see. I wonder what it thinks when it feeds our lovely trees. As it cries its soothing rain, trying to wash away our pain, as it releases gentle snow, creating a localized snow glow. Does it see one section, or does it see it all as one? The ground beneath it half in the rays of the sun. Does it choose to connect through the weather or through the pretty days? Or does it know that they're all the same? For a planet lives as it is right now, and as the sky watches down, we stay in motion. And the sky watches the most beautiful empty patch of the ocean. Sometimes I feel like my mind is the sky, watching myself as thoughts fly by. As my head spins, it stays observant, watching my life play out before it. Watching the planet blow smoke to the sky, watching the people cry out, tears in their eyes. When will we reach through the pain? When will the sky of our minds rain and tear down this planetary rain? Through awakening to our sky sight again, we see the sky not as it is, but as we are. A bunch of beautiful shining stars, coming together to create a perspective, constellations of meaning on a full planet. It's Pluto. I love that one. Just the wordplay, all of it. Like, that one's so good in my opinion. Like, that one's just so good. This one's pretty good. Poem. A chaotic mess of atoms bouncing around a skull calls itself a brain, but what does it know? Using words and language to separate, making itself and making the world unknown. While not seeing itself as an illusion, not seeing itself as part of the whole, as part of this mess, as one of the many, trying their best. A chaotic mess of atoms bouncing around the universe, not thinking but doing in the present moment. Moving around randomly, creating new things, experimenting. No past, no future, only right now. Now What did those atoms in the brain write down? I like that one a lot. Okay. This was pretty good. I didn't title it a poem, so I never really read it. Again, you're gonna realize a theme. I just love trees. Like I just love trees. Okay, boom. And this is the last one because we're at 30 minutes, and I don't think we need any more than that. Okay. I tend to love the trees as I glance upon their branches, blanketed in snow, holding it gently in their arms, only moved by the breeze or in a growth towards the sun, making the air we breathe by being in the present moment. Connecting our planet with their legs, holding our soil together, nursing us with their roots, teaching us a truth we haven't learned. They've been here longer than our existence. They must know something we don't. About protecting a planet when it becomes encroached. About surviving through hardships without complaints. About learning to stand still through the rain. About self-sacrifice when others need us for things. About focusing on our breath while the world moves around us. Maybe we should sit still in our forests and learn from the greatest, oldest teachers on earth, giving lectures through their silence and supplying us with the focus that we lose because of things we've created from it. Money from their sap, houses from their bodies, and fuel for our food. But we didn't learn their most important lesson: gratitude. Mike, that was pretty good. Damn, this brain of mine I got stuck with. It's pretty great. Okay, this is the last one. This is my longest one. And then we'll call it a day. I just keep scrolling up and I see more and I'm like, might as well. On what planet does it make sense to fight a war for peace? Planet Earth, where murder, money, and power create imaginary towers, forcing you to focus on your work, making you generate the system that enslaves you, that make men out of murdered boys, that make victims out of everyone else, that makes every little piece of trash that's floating in the sea right now, that makes all our trinkets and toys that we're using right now. You're using it to watch this right now. Look at that. But have you sat down and wondered how or who really made these things? The workers are our kings, the brands. The miners, the waiters, the engineers, teachers, machine workers, designers, or the people who spent the money to hire them. The people that would like you to think that we're so divided or different while they count their billions or stocks or whatever. And an executive summary sounds like an easy job. Could you imagine having to split a log? Or work a mine? Or make a railroad system that's in decline? Or risk their lives buying what we've told them? The enemy is anyone that you hate as long as it's not us. It's the status quo, and some just think that they don't own your little screens, that they don't see or they don't own what you see or what you post. They own the platforms you see it on, and we just think that what we post says something that stands against the systems we stand on, the systems we spend on, the systems we plan on. Is this the planet we planned on? Did I plan it? No, I didn't. Did we choose this ground we walk on? Does it matter if we did or didn't? We live in a system and refuse to critique. If we do that, we're complicit. We should kiss the ground we walk on, the ground we got our Crocs from, the ground we get our life from, the ground that's a great distance from our sun. The air we breathe, the people we see, the knowledge we have, and the ability to have thoughts like this one. Autonomous thoughts help us see through reality, see the systems that create a planet society, the material we live in, that we live with constantly, but alienates us from what we want, a community of connection, where we share the tending of our planet and control what we do with our work. We want to create a planet of peace and understanding. We want a planet of love and caring, where peace means peace, where peace means quiet, where the only wars fought are not violent, where money and power can't turn on a shower. We won't fight their wars, we won't work their jobs, we won't be their slaves, but we will work for our community, where we have a voice, a role we choose, a place we know, and a people organized with no leader. So do you think about posting something about how you want peace makes that peace happen? It's Pluto. Let's see if I got one more. Let's see if I got one more up my sleeve. I think I do. Not on this document, maybe on that document. You know, I've made some music. But I'll just read the lyrics because I think the lyrics are interesting. We're seeing through distractions like a pair of dirty glasses. Who can get rich the fastest? I thought that we could move past this. The human race to consciousness, and we're in last place. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We gotta set our pace. On a rock, in this massively large space, we do laps, even if we sit in the same place. Just making me think, we're making the things, we're making paper for the men we call games. The powers that be, they're just pulling the strings. But maybe the powers that be are taking the power from we. Maybe the powers that be aren't paper towers of greed. Maybe the powers that be are the flowers and trees, because paper towers of greed won't power these bees. Please, it's hot, and they're turning up the heat. We spent too long on our own 2 feet. Spent our time making their money with our paychecks full of pennies. That's pretty good. That's the first verse. And then the hook is, we're singing the same old song for too dang long. But no one's gonna hear it or listen to the lyrics. I'm hoping that you feel it. It's the truth, because we are. Carrying on that legacy, I hibernate like a bear to appear after all of these years, made plates just to share because distribution ain't fair. You can't buy life, you can't buy dime, you can't buy dimes or air. But I haven't spent my lifetime trying to find dimes or lifelines that weren't there. I'm paying paper to pay fares, but they can't take care of our air, it ain't fair. Did we plan this planet? Cause a man's got stuff to say about how it's managed. Granted, we could only plant seeds, but what I see growing ain't curiosity. We're teaching greed way before the ABCs, man, please. Ugh. This is my favorite part. Does greed need to be our connection? I'm sitting in a class where no one's learning a lesson. Way in the back, because I'm not no freshman, raising my hand like a man's got a question. Why are all the seniors doomsday prepping? It's Pluto. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. It was longer than I expected. I had a lot of shit I had to get out. And this 40-minute video is gonna be posted in one piece. Peace and love. It's Pluto.